Well, this is part two of the interview. It's the interview part, and the first question is, what do you think are the behaviors or practices and characteristics of an effective teacher? I've often thought that patience is one of the key attributes of teaching. However, what cannot be left out is preparation. Preparation is key to any good teaching situation. You'll need patience and you'll need flexibility as well, but preparation is going to eliminate a lot of the problems that you might run into in the future. What do you personally bring to the profession of teaching? Why did you decide to pursue teaching? I've actually been fighting teaching for a long time, to tell you the truth. I have always loved kids. I've always loved coaching and teaching. I've taught skiing. I've actually substitute taught. But I have fought the bureaucracy that is involved. I have 3 children, and it's really my children, interacting with them and getting comments from their teachers and other parents of how good I am with kids that has drawn me to finally decide that I can't fight it anymore. I need to try and teach. So I think really my biggest attribute, as I actually mentioned before, patience is very helpful in teaching, and I have more patience than most people. For instance, is I taught my wife to ski when she was still not, I don't think she was my wife yet, but she was not a child, and that would have been silly, child teaching a child. But it was challenging at times. There was one day when we skied this one run a few times, and we got out to it, and she just sort of freaked out and said she couldn't do it. Oh, I can't do it. We were at the top of the run. The only thing we could do was go down. I tried to tell her, well, if you really need to, you can take your skis off and walk down. And she was just sort of freaking out, so I patiently skied down to the bottom and waited there for probably 15 minutes until she decided to ski down, and since then she's actually teaching skiing with me now. So I think that patience has helped me in the past. What do I hope to accomplish while in the program and after completion? I probably don't need my earphone in since I'm not listening to anything. What do I hope to accomplish while in the program and after completion? I want to teach. I would like to be an elementary school teacher. I love little kids. It's really my passion. I'm the guy at the party that's down on the ground rolling around with all the kids. I'm the guy that's running through the maze with the kids while everybody else sits and sips whatever. I just love kids. I love interacting with children. I love seeing that light in their eye. I substitute taught computers at a private school, and I think I was pretty good at it. The kids loved it. I taught also an after-school HTML class, and had kids signing up left and right every time. We had limited number of slots that we could fill, and we had the full amount for, I think it was 2 years, and it was a blast. I've also coached t-ball, baseball, hockey, taught skiing, and I love seeing that smile and the light in a kid's eyes, as everybody else has said in their profiles, when they grasp something that they were having trouble with before. So I think that's that's what I hope to accomplish. I hope to bring that to more children and in more ways. Based on my experience and what I may have studied prior to joining the MIT, why do I think certain individuals and different groups fail or succeed in school? That's actually an interesting question, and I think we wrote about it. I either did it for there or another school. In the material we had to send to USC. My belief is that some of it comes down to home life, and let me explain that a little more. Home life, not in whether the child is has good structure, it plays into it, but it's really based on the child's learning style. Oftentimes seems based on whether they have structure at home. If they have structure at home, their learning style often is more fluid and more open. So the suburban schools where the kids are fairly well off and the parents give them a lot of structure, those children thrive in the sort of free flow exploration type learning that a lot of schools seem to be trying to move towards. The problem is, it seems that there have been some studies that have shown inner city schools, a lot of times those children thrive in a very structured setting and almost the old rote memorization, not really that, but just more structure in their learning. And my theory is that those children, because they have such a open, their parents are working, they go home, they're latchkey kids, whatever, they don't have structure, as much structure at home, and so they thrive in a learning setting, in a school setting that provides them structure. So it's a flip-flop. Now, what's a little worrisome is that with the economy the way it's going, I think there are more and more families that are falling into this latchkey or losing some of their structure, and that in the future may end up causing problems for some of these more urban school or suburban schools that have really embraced the experiential type learning. So that it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Hopefully the teachers produced here and produced in other programs will be able to take that on and nip it in the bud before it becomes a problem, if that's the case. And I hope you enjoyed my interview.